poppin' New York City? Welcome to MSG PM presented by 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven, let's take it to 11. My name is Kazim Famiwide, and of course, I'm joined by marketing lead of culture and community, Arinze Omugwale at Instagram. If you've seen anything that went down this past weekend, you missed one of the biggest, illest events in the city, the Battle of the Real Jollof, Nigeria versus Ghana. It was crazy. I was in there, I got locked up, my knees started tightening up a few times, but it don't matter, because it was a great time had by all. So Arinze, for folks who wasn't hip, who didn't see Instagram, the TikTok recaps, everything that took over the timeline, what is the Battle of the Real Jollof?
Cool, thanks for having me. So the Battle of the Real Jollof is a fantastic basketball game and rice battle between Ghana and Nigeria. So first and foremost, we hire a captain from Team Ghana and a captain from Team Nigeria to curate the teams. So the Team Ghana captain was Abdul, who runs Afro Chella, and TJ, one of the famous Nigerian creators in the community. So they curated the teams, they got their teams ready for a battle on the basketball court. Now off the court, we really wanted to curate the community and local restaurants, Teranga, Lagos restaurant, and Accra restaurant, to keep the battle going of who has the best jollof rice.
Now talk to me about the history of the event, right? So I've been there before, was there for the first year. Obviously, COVID changed a lot of things, and it's been a while since we got to have this event back here in New York City. But talk to me about the history. Why now? Why did you guys feel it was necessary to not just create something for the African diaspora to celebrate, but the Battle of the Rice, the Battle of the Basketball, the community coming together? Tell me about the history of this event.
Well, one of our missions is really to connect the global Black community and really bring everybody together through celebration, food, and identity, and really loving the Black community, but really wanting to use this moment to educate on different parts of the Black community, right? So when you think about West Africa, you think about the fun rivalry that Ghana and Nigeria really have, arguing on who has better jollof rice, right? And then on Instagram specifically, you always see the memes of jollof rice memes and going back and forth with the fun banter. Right. So we really wanted to meet the community where they are and find a really cool way to do something different. We could have done soccer, but soccer's a little bit too intense and the skill level has to be
I'm already getting cramps thinking of playing soccer with y'all. So.
Exactly. Basketball is a little bit more fun. Think of it as a creator influencer game to kind of turn up but still have amazing vibes.
You definitely are telling a story here, right? And as somebody with a marketing background, as a marketing lead over at Instagram, it's definitely has to be, important to you to tell these stories of the community, of the culture, from an authentic point of view. Was that your goal to when it came to putting together the Real Jollof this year?
Yeah, it's always being intentional and being authentic are two things that are super important to me during my marketing career as a whole. So really wanted to make sure first and foremost we kept the community involved and we made sure the community felt seen, right? And the way you do that is by paying attention to all the little details and being intentional and just making sure it's authentic. So that's why we wanted to partner with people from the diaspora and the actual community to be a part of the process instead of making them just talent.
I'm in the Instagram community, as I'm sure a lot of you are. And as a Nigerian man, I see the memes. I see the battles between jollof rice, between Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal, everywhere in West Africa especially. You see a lot of these memes, right? You see what the trash talk goes for. It's not just a marketing thing going on. This is a real thing that happens between Nigerians and everybody else because everyone knows you have the best jollof rice. How long did it take for you to kind of make this sort of thing happen on such a huge scale the way it did this past week?
Yeah, really a couple of months. So first and foremost, we wanted to use this moment and tie it around Africa Day, right? So Africa Day was yesterday. It's just an opportunity for us all to get together and celebrate Africans all over the world. really pitched the idea to my boss, Michelle James. She loved
Shout out Michelle.
Yeah, shout out MJ. She loved the idea, so then it was about getting to work, right?
Yeah.
Then it was about hitting up TJ and Abdul and Tunde, who was the host, and really curating the team and curating the vibes and staying on TJ on who he's bringing to the team, right? Like you being on the team and staying on Abdul.
Did okay. I caught my dunks a warm-up, so that's all that mattered, all right? As long as I got my highlights in, I was happy. But, I mean, look at this. I mean, you know, Patty Mills was up in there, Mikayla, Rookie of the Year for the WNBA, the New York Liberty. I mean, it wasn't just the influencers of the African diaspora, right? Like, it was people from all over New York City that came to this event. And growing up Nigerian and growing up in New York City, we didn't see a whole lot of this growing up, right? Like, we didn't see a whole lot of love for our community and our culture on such a huge scale. So when you had a place like Instagram, when you had a place that as big and as powerful as this, what did it mean to you personally to have such a huge part in putting this together?
Yeah, it really meant the world to me. Just, you know, representation is everything, to your point, right? Like growing up Nigerian American, like, you know, at first you're a little bit ashamed of like your culture, right? In the initial times, going out with my parents, having to wear our ankaras and our traditional uniforms. And at some point you go to college and you get proud of your heritage. You really get proud of where you're from. And it's like, how do I give back to my community? How do I shine light on the dope things Nigerians are doing, Ghanaians are doing, Afrobeats taking off, but like in a fun, innovative, and cool way. So it really, like, I took a second to really take in what Friday was and like the outpouring of support. And I was like, wow, like we did it. But most importantly, we did it together and we put on for the community together, but we were inviting to everybody. So even though it's a moment just to celebrate Nigerians and Ghanaians, it's really a moment for everybody to be a part of the process and join in with us.
All right, Renze, let's talk about the rubber match in the future. Nigeria took one, Ghana took number two. Talk to me about some ideas and the ways that the Battle of the Real Jollof can grow in the future.
Yeah, honestly, it's like so many ways, right? I'm starting to hear murmurs from my friends from Eritrea or Senegal, like, add us, add us. And I'm like, you all have to hold on for a second because we have to get a tiebreaker, right? So I'm really excited for Battle of Jollof 3 and it continuing to grow and us making it bigger and better for next year, right? Bringing back, obviously, TJ and Abdul and Mikayla and Pops as coaches to really curate the teams. I might have a little bit more rules, so it's not too many professionals.
A little bit. I mean, I thought it was gonna be a friendly game. I'm seeing pros. I'm seeing Nigerian national team members. I'm like, all right, let me stretch out a little bit. I don't know if this is gonna work.
Yeah, no, for sure. So like, really excited about where it can go and us taking it to another level, but us continuing it throughout the year, right? Us just finding little drum beats for us just to connect and have fun and just create an environment where Africans and people who love culture can come together and celebrate.
Renze, proud of you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate everything you did for this event. Culture and community lead over on Instagram, Renze Emeguale. New York City, don't go.